These games are getting really realistic, and the improvements just keep coming. Our commitment is to make the tools, to make the platform better and better.
Yeah.
Don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me.
Okay, so ever since the as-of-yet unproven Kako Mallow Mii costume leak and the inclusion of Bethesda's Vault Boy, showing that they're willing to work with Nintendo on Smash Bros., people have been speculating more than ever about the possibility of DoomGuy. And I'm not really sure whether he will get in or not, and I'm not too interested in speculating about that, but I do think he deserves to get in, and I think he could fit in extremely well. So I'm here to make the case for him. Doom was released in December of 1993 on PCs, developed by id Software. It's an amazingly designed, bare-bones, fast-paced, non-stop action first-person shooter. You shoot demons in the face with cool weapons, you blow stuff up, you collect key cards to open doors, you pick up weird power-ups, awesome music, awesome enemy designs, awesome locations. It's awesome. And it absolutely exploded. It's estimated that it was played by 15 to 20 million people within 2 years of its release. It completely popularized the FPS genre, spawning tons of clones and just changing gaming forever, really. I mean, even to this day, first-person shooters are a genre that completely dominates the industry. And it's a genre that isn't really represented in Smash Bros., mostly because Nintendo doesn't really have a first-person shooter franchise of their own. However, although Doom is definitely most associated with PCs, all the games have been pretty consistently released on Nintendo consoles, and there's even an entire entry in the Doom franchise, Doom 64, which was a Nintendo 64 exclusive, completely original game developed just for a Nintendo console. Even now, you can get pretty much the entire franchise on Switch. A Super Nintendo version followed the initial game's release by 2 years in 1995. It was even compatible with the Super Nintendo mouse, which is a really weird peripheral. It's kind of wonky, but I imagine there's some section of Nintendo players that this was something that they bought, and this was their first exposure to first-person shooters. The first and second game were also ported to the GBA. If Nintendo players have wanted to try Doom, it has been there for them to try. So in terms of its popularity and legacy, it definitely deserves a spot in Smash. But the other issue would be, is it too mature? Is it too gory? Can it fit aesthetically? No, and yes. If you take a look at the graphics of the original game, the art style is sort of cartoony. I mean, they're demons and they're scary and stuff, and the music kind of makes it intense. But a lot of the stuff you see in this game isn't a far cry from stuff you would see in something like Super Metroid. Doom has this really silly feature where DoomGuy's face dynamically reacts to whatever's going on in the game. DoomGuy plays the electric guitar and collects vinyl records. In the newer games, he dashes around and jumps off of boost pads and climbs up walls. DoomGuy has a pet rabbit. It's completely ridiculous and over the top. It's completely silly. To act like there's nothing more to this than violence and gore is just ridiculous and really narrow-minded. You could represent this in a lot of really funny ways. And you could definitely play up the cartoony, retro nature of these demons. Like, think of like a Kako demon. You could easily see that being cartoonified. And I don't know, I think if you just treat DoomGuy overall as a retro rep, and really call back to a lot of these original sprites and sound effects and really base it on this original Doom look, it could be such an awesome throwback character, and it would fit right in. You know, the bullets could just be lemons, like Mega Man or something. It's not all serious, it's not all doom and gloom. I definitely wouldn't want them to base it on the newer Doom Slayer. I understand that for promotional reasons, people might expect them to do this, but no. DoomGuy, not Doomslayer, DoomGuy. If you can successfully adapt Solid Snake into a character in Smash Bros., I think DoomGuy is squarely on the table here. Joker shoots guns, Bayonetta shoots guns. I know a lot of people want Master Chief, and that's something that I'm semi-interested as well, and might possibly talk about in the future. But for the first-person shooter, DoomGuy is just the Mario of FPS. It would just feel wrong to jump over DoomGuy. We're kind of also skipping over BJ Blazkowicz, but Wolfenstein, I think, would actually be too mature to incorporate into Smash Bros. Doom is really what made the genre take off more so than Wolfenstein. After DoomGuy, I actually think the next one in succession would be Gordon Freeman, but that's an entirely different topic for another day. But anyway, let's check out how I would actually represent DoomGuy in the game. So DoomGuy's moveset is obviously going to revolve around his arsenal of weapons. He starts off with his fist, just like in the game. He has a special arms display, and his down special cycles through all the weapons. So, pistol, shotgun, chain gun, rocket launcher, plasma gun, and the BFG. And yeah, the neutral special will fire whatever weapon you currently have equipped. So the fists are kind of just a gag. It sort of gives you like a Ganondorf jab type attack. Pistol, fast but weak. And the big gimmick here is DoomGuy is mostly going to be an expansion of the mechanic that Banjo introduced with this run and gun mode where you hold B and it allows you to fire and shoot. But it's way less laggy, so you can go in and out of it like, way quicker. And he's really going to rely on it a lot more. But yeah. Next we have the shotgun, which obviously slow and laggy, but really powerful. Chain gun, which has a little bit of a rev up and rev down, but it sort of creates a solid stream of fast bullets. Rocket launcher, just go straight, no guided rockets or anything like that, no explode. Plasma gun, really weak and fast, but it will completely tear through shields. And then lastly, one shot per stock, the BFG. Poor curtain. But yeah, one per stock. Now, his side special will make him rev up the chainsaw. And this basically will make him walk forward. And if he connects with an enemy, it's like a command grab where he kind of, tears them up for a little bit and punches them away. And then the up special is a rocket jump, which Doom doesn't really have, but it's a really good way to represent old school FPS in general.
This game's winner is...
For DoomGuy's stage, I think it would definitely have to be a UAC facility, just like a level from the original Doom. Caco Demons is flying stage hazards, keycard up on the left that you could use to get an item from the door. Here's the music I would choose. High levels of impact and influence? Check. Long-standing relationship with Nintendo? Check. Especially in comparison to other potential first-person shooter reps. Moveset potential, aesthetic quality, check, etc., etc. That's why I want DoomGuy in Smash. It's a no-brainer. Comment below if you disagree, or who you want instead. Like, subscribe. I review games, I do these Smash Bros videos. Subscribe.